Hello everyone, it's Shosh, your friend, your boy, Jet Black the one only, here with another exciting live stream. Today is September 3rd, 2019. I'm going to be talking about my day-to-day. Feel free to jump in that live chat, tell me how you're doing today, if you have any questions for your boy, and if you have any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on the stream. Mainly I just work today. I'm getting used to stuff like Bootstrap and Drop Zone, and those are two things that I haven't really worked with before. They're to help me with doing some front-end development, and I'm currently trying to figure out exactly how they work. So fingers crossed that I'll be able to figure that out. It's interesting to work in 2 week sprints where you have to finish a project in 2 weeks, but to have like a day off because it's a day off of topics you'd like to talk about on the stream. Also, thank you for the compliment. Truly appreciate it. You're a cool person too. Also, you said that you made a website. Do you have any screenshots of your website that you would like to share with us on the Amino? Da-da-da-da. Before the stream, I was working on a superhero story for Superpower Battles Volume 9. Volume 8 has actually already been published. So, in case you guys haven't been keeping up, we're now on the ninth volume of Superpower Battles. So, you guys want to read volumes 1 through 8, they're all available on Amazon as paperback and ebook editions. Godzilla said the stream is like buffering. Let me see if the Wi Fi is on. The Wi-Fi is on. Okay, well that's good. For a moment, I thought the Wi-Fi wasn't on, to which then I was like, oh no. Last night before bed, I submitted Volume 8 of Superpower Battles for publishing. And I also read a few comics. I tried to catch up on a few comics. Tony Stark Iron Man, I actually really appreciate. It's one of my favorite comics out right now. I really like the conversations it has about sentient AI and the rights of sentient AI, because I do feel like that is like a serious topic, and I like it when fiction approaches that topic um, in a serious manner. That's part of the that's part of the reason why I like the Han Solo movie. Um, but Tony Stark Iron Man is really good about it. Tony Stark Iron Man kind of reminds me of Avengers AI. Avengers AI was an Avengers team that's whole thing was like the rights of artificial intelligence, and artificial intelligence should be treated a certain way, and talking about how AI is continually advancing and how that goes with human rights advancements and things of that nature. I feel like Avengers AI ended, but Tony Stark Iron Man is pretty much picking up where that left off in a good way, and I really appreciate it. I also read the latest issue of Superior Spider-Man. Superior Spider-Man, in case you guys don't know, is essentially a clone hybrid of Spider-Man and Doctor Octopus, but he's a good guy. In the most recent issue of Superior Spider-Man, it's revealed to everyone that like, hey, Superior Spider-Man is part Doctor Octopus, and everybody's like, what? He's part Doctor Octopus, but that means he's a bad guy. And he's like, nah, I'm not really a bad guy. And then they're like, yeah, you're right, you're not really a bad guy. Um, and it's revealed that the person who revealed his identity is none other than dun 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 a Spider-Man from another universe where Green Goblin is Spider-Man. So it's Doctor Octopus Spider-Man fighting Green Goblin Spider-Man. And it's pretty interesting so far. So I like what's going on in Superior Spider-Man as well. Matt said comics. Who needs those when the Nintendo Direct is tomorrow? I feel like you can very easily have both, Matt. Then Matt said, did Doc Ock just say he wasn't evil and everyone believed him? So he didn't just say that he wasn't evil. Doctor Octopus, throughout the current run of Superior Spider-Man, has kind of proven that he's not a bad guy. Um, but no one knew he was a bad guy to begin with. So everyone just was like, oh yeah, we have our own Spider-Man in San Francisco now, and he's just like doing all these good things and helping people. And then once Green Goblin Spider-Man is like, yo, he's actually Dr. Octopus, everybody freaked out. And then Dr. Octopus was like, yeah, but don't you remember that I've now saved the world like multiple times? and I've actually been very helpful in San Francisco, and I haven't really caused any trouble. I've just kind of been doing good things. And the people of San Francisco are kind of like, yeah, yeah, that's just true. He just actually has just been helping out, and it's not like there's some secret motive or other agenda. He just has been helping. There are plenty of times where he could have just been evil and he just wasn't. Nani said, "Hey Skunk, yo Nani, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? And do you have any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on the stream?" Kel said, "Hey, what's up? Can you check the amino?" Yeah, I can check the amino. Yo, Kels, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? Do you have any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on the stream? Then Nani said, "Is the guy a nigroid?" That I can't tell if that's supposed to be like a robot nigga or if it's supposed to be like a caveman nigga. I could see it being either way. Matt said, "No amino here. Gotta get through the live chat, which will last forever." And then Nani said, "Shut the fuck up, Matt." And then Matt said, "Because Jet is bad." Let's see what we can do. So I also read Starbrand #1, which is pretty cool. Godzilla said, "Yeah, can you check the amino?" I'm pulling up the amino. I read Starbrand #1, which is a really good book. I highly would recommend it. So let's see. The first thing we got on the amino is bad website. Bad website is a post that was created by your boy Godzilla. kaijufriend.wixsite.com/Jar Jar Binks is cool/about. Okay, so I'm gonna share a link to Godzilla's website, and I'm also gonna run Godzilla's website link through VirusTotal. VirusTotal is a website where you can check to see if a website is malicious. So I'm gonna do that now. Do 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 do. So VirusTotal is a site that's run by Google, and it's gonna run your URL through a whole bunch of different scanners to identify whether or not it should be considered safe or not. And out of 71 checks, none of them said that it was bad. So it's time to check it out. Let's see. Matt said, "And Jet will go off topic way too hard." And then Matt said, "No." And he said, "Jet, why would you post the link before checking for viruses?" Hey, at least I checked for viruses. I didn't say click on it immediately. I didn't even do that. I imagine you guys would also check it for viruses. So would you not? Let's see. Godzilla said, "Yeah, Jet, maybe I'm a hacker. You got the bad boy virus, possibly." So I'm on your website. So I noticed there's a picture of Jar Jar Binks. There's a home page and an about page. There's a horizontal nav bar at the top, but the picture of Jar Jar Binks is above the nav bar. Behind Jar Jar Binks and the nav bar is just a white background, but then under that, there's a background image. But the background image is cropped out by an about box that just says "Hi there," and then there's a contact button that says "Get in touch" that changes color when you highlight it. If you scroll down, there's a video that's called Nick India Desedab. I'm gonna put it on mute. I'm gonna play it. So there's this kid in like a Jimmy Neutron style in a classroom that's oddly full of adults and an anime ninja and the kid from Doraemon. And at the front of the room, he points at a board that says "dab" on it, and he dabs a whole bunch. And he does this. Then it says "cool clothes plus attitude plus new hand moves equals dab," to which then he dabs, and then the adults dab. I'm curious if the anime people are gonna dab. They did not dab. With Nickelodeon? This was a Nickelodeon thing? That was crazy. Okay, there we go. Matt said, "Jet, if you are posting and sharing it, then the assumption is that it is good. Why would you assume that something I just found would be safe? I just found it." Godzilla said, "It's a meme site." Matt said, "Otherwise, you are backing a site with a virus." And then Matt said, "No, it wasn't." Then Godzilla said, "It's a meme. It's about dab." And then Nani said, "Check the amino." I'm actively checking the amino. That's where I found this website. Yo, Ryan, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? And do you have any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on the stream? Matt said there is no way Nickelodeon would do that. I don't know. I don't know if it was really Nickelodeon or not. Godzilla said, also, Jet, go into the home page. So, I started at the About page. I guess that makes sense. So now I'm going to click the home page. So the home page has a big heading that says Jar Jar Binks is the strongest Jedi. Then it has a subheading that says doing business the right way. And it cycles between a picture of just the lower half of Jar Jar Binks' face and a picture of an oxodal. Oxodals are my favorite animals, so I'm glad that it has a picture of an oxodal. I do approve. As I scroll down, there's another big heading that says more about Jar Jar Binks is the strongest Jedi. After that is a subheading that says how he got here, and then after that is some text that says the hellscapes, followed by another close-up image of Jar Jar Binks' face, just this part of the face, just this part right here. And that's the bottom of the page, so that is the entire website. We have now gone through the whole thing. If you guys would like to share your websites, make sure to post them on the Amino. I can't guarantee that I'll read through all of them, but hey, this is a thing that exists. So where are we at? Godzilla said, oh, I already read that. Nani said I posted the art before and after. Okay, cool. I'll definitely make sure to check that out. I believe Kells is the next person whose post I'm going to check out, and then I'll be able to check that out. Godzilla said they made it. Then Ryan said rip spelling Nickelodeon. Matt said fair enough. Godzilla said oxodals are adorable. I am indeed a fan of oxodals. Have you ever noticed that Hiccup from How to Train Your Dragon just looks like an oxodal? He's just like a black oxodal. Feel free to like Google it. He was very similar. Wait, Hiccup isn't the name of the oxodal. Fuck. What is the name of the not the oxodal? Hiccup isn't the name of the dragon. What is the name of the dragon from How to Train Your Dragon? It's not Hiccup. It's not Whisper, but for whatever reason my brain was like Whisper. What is that nigga's name? Toothless. Toothless. That has nothing to do with Whisper. There we go. But yeah, oxodals look a lot like Toothless from How to Train Your Dragon, but not with wings. You can even find images of black oxodals. So it's not even like the color is weird. It's just specifically that it has wings and it's big as fuck. Where are we at? Matt said using Jet's favorite animal to get brownie points. Shame, shame. I don't think it's necessarily to get brownie points. Godzilla said it's one of my favorite animals too. See? Ryan said Jar Jar is powerful, for only he could give Sheev emergency powers. Is that like a political thing that he did? Godzilla said, no, I actually have not. And then he said, toothless. Thank you kindly. Ryan said, Hiccup is a Viking. Thank you kindly again. Kel said, try relating the amino page if my recent post isn't there. I'm sure it's there. Let me get back to Amino. I just finished looking at a different post. Godzilla said, toothless is the dragon. Nani said, check now before these people start commenting more. Then Matt said, you mean like so? Nani said, Kells is the Yardrat Vegeta. Just because Vegeta's about to train with Yardrats doesn't mean that Vegeta is a Yardrat. Let's see. Godzilla said the Night Fury. That is the name of the type of dragon that Toothless is. Matt said because we can do this right. Godzilla said, are the Night Oxals. Then Ryan said, Hiccup is clearly a marine Viking. Then Matt said, Kells is Jimmy? Who's Jimmy? Then Ryan said, they come to land to breed. Then Kells said, I'm Jimmy? Then Ryan said, Jimmy Neutron? Then Matt said, also the term is Yardratian. Is that true? Then Ryan said, Bean Blasts. But I think he meant to say Brain Blast. Then Matt said, Dragon Ball Super Yardratian. I'm still not sure if Yardratian is the right way to say it. I know that the planet's called Yardrat. I don't think that necessarily means they're Yardratians. Let's see. Godzilla said, I pronounce oxodals as Axolotls. 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 That's interesting. Matt said from Tournament of Power. Yardratian. Are you sure they called them Yardratians? I've never heard that. I've always just heard them be called Yardrats. Then Godzilla said, but you can say it however you like. Fair enough, yeah. So here we go. Kel's posted an image. Super Saiyan Blue evolved Vegeta. Uh, Still wish they could have just called it Super Saiyan Blue 2. They used to call Super Saiyan 2 Super Saiyan Beyond. And I feel like Super Saiyan Blue Evolution is a dumb name. Could just be 2 and just be consistent, I guess is what I'm saying. Like it's not that evolution is necessarily bad, but we call the other ones numbers. Let's put some numbers on it. Let's see. Matt said, "I'm pretty sure there's an official pronunciation, Godzilla." There is. You're not wrong. Let's see. So let's look at Kel's post. Kels says, "I drew Vegeta in the Yardrat clothes because in the manga he's going there to train. I also wanted to draw a Super Saiyan Blue transformation, so that's why I drew it. The legs are definitely too short, the head's a bit big, and the face is a little off, but overall I'm happy with how it turned out." Okay, so looking at it, for one, I'd like to say that the Yardrat clothes are pretty spot on. You look at it and you're immediately like, yeah, that's a Yardrat outfit. I also like that he has his classic Vegeta boots. They do indeed work with him being Vegeta. Um, I do see where you're coming from with the head being a bit big. To be honest, I think if his legs were longer, I wouldn't mind the size of his head. It just seems like his legs are so short that his head seems overly large. Speaking of overly large, his arms also seem a bit big. It seems like his legs might have been a little too short, and his arms might have been a little too big, but his head probably would have been the right size if his arms were smaller and his legs were longer. Um, Now, I like what you did with his hair and with his face. What I'm not the biggest fan of is the Super Saiyan Blue aura. I noticed you just kind of went with a dark blue fill-in, but Super Saiyan Blue Evolution goes out of its way to have like an overly fancy, sparkly head-ass aura. Like the aura for Super Saiyan Blue Evolution specifically is like special effects budget going like really hard, where the normal Super Saiyan Blue aura is just kind of blue. So I would argue that looking at Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta, I think you got his hair right, because his hair is definitely darker Super Saiyan Blue Evolution. You got his eyes right, because his eyes definitely turn blue when he goes into Super Saiyan Blue Evolution, which should just be SSB2. But I feel like his aura isn't like hella sparkly. Now, real quick, to make sure I'm not talking on my ass, I'm gonna look up Super Saiyan Blue Evolution, like pictures of it. Yeah, yeah. So if you look at pictures of it, the outside aura is dark, and then the inside aura is light, and then there are all these like sparkles in it. I know that you were drawing with, I imagine, well, it's weird to say I know. I imagine you drew it with colored pencils. I imagine the way that you could have done that would have been like hard dark on the out, light, hard dark. The fuck am I saying? Dark blue on the outside, lighter blue on the inside, pretty much white around his body, and then specks of blue in the white. Like kind of doing a fuck, I can't remember what it's called. It's where, is it called stippling? Where you put a bunch of dots on paper? But yeah, I feel like if you had done that, it would have definitely sold all the way through that it's like Super Saiyan Blue Evolution. You know what I mean? So let's see, where we at? Oh, let's see. Ryan said Blue 2, more like Mew as well, because you put 2 with 2 O's rather than as the number 2. Matt said, until Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan 3 exists, we don't need to call Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Evolution Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan 2. Now, you say that, but in the manga, there is Mastered Super Saiyan Blue, and there's Super Saiyan Blue Evolution, I believe. Like, I believe Super Saiyan Blue Evolved is, well, Evolution is also in the manga. Let me Google that before I like say some shit that I shouldn't say. Cause I think it is. Like, I think it got established in the Tournament of Power, but now I'm like not entirely sure. Cause I remember before the yeah. So I'm looking at a panel right now from the Dragon Ball Super manga, and in the panel, uh, Vegeta like alters his Super Saiyan Blue aura, and Beerus goes, "Hmm, what's up with Vegeta? His whole aura's changed." So yeah, we have two different versions of Super Saiyan Blue in the manga already. So yeah, I prefer, instead of having Mastered Super Saiyan Blue and Super Saiyan Blue Evolution, that we had Super Saiyan Blue, Super Saiyan Blue 2, Super Saiyan Blue 3. Or give them grade numbers. Just do what we've done in the past. You don't have to give it adjectives. The adjectives start becoming arbitrary. Because now that we have mastered Super Saiyan Blue and Super Saiyan Blue Evolution, what does that mean? Which one is better? Is it better? I imagine the evolution one is better, as long as the adjectives keep progressing in a natural order. But still, giving them grade numbers or numbers in general would just be more consistent with previous naming conventions. That's what I would prefer personally. It doesn't have to be that way. It isn't that way. But I feel like it should be that way. Godzilla said, okay, so it's more like oxalt. Ooh, hold up, the way that you wrote it. So you said, so it's more like oxolotl. I just normally go oxado. So oxado, like two syllables. Or is that three syllables? Is it oxot or oxodal? I don't know which way is correct. Ryan said, so what's the official name of the form? Super Saiyan Blue Evolution. To which then Matt said, Super Saiyan Blue Evolution. Or Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Evolution. Then Ryan said, like X-Men Evolution? It's been a while since I've seen X-Men Evolution. Then Kel said, I don't think it's Super Saiyan Blue 2, because Vegeta's body more or less resembles Super Vegeta than Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta. So you feel like it should be determined based off of, like, his physical attributes? Because if that's the case, then I say Super Saiyan God shouldn't be Super Saiyan God. It should be like Saiyan God. Because Goku doesn't look like Super Saiyan Goku when he becomes a Super Saiyan God. He looks more like his base form. Like, it should just be like Saiyan God Goku. And then Super Saiyan Blue could be Super Saiyan God Goku. You know what I mean? There's nothing Super Saiyan about Super Saiyan God. So if the naming convention is based off of, like, the attributes of their physical bodies, then I think they fucked up from the very beginning with the god forms then. That's just my opinion. Nani said, I think you're gonna like how much better I made Deku versus Goku when I first did it and now. Okay, ballin'. I'll definitely check that out. Matt said, but Goku still stomps Deku in every way. I do think Goku indeed stomps the fuku out of Deku. Ryan said 50 Shades of Blue. Then Nani said, no, she. He said, I know that. And then he insulted Matt. You didn't have to go that far. You didn't have to call him out his name. Then Ryan said, Deku still has unknown powers, though. Ooh. Please don't spoil this, Ryan. Because I know that you're already, like, reading the manga and you're ahead of me because I only keep up with the anime. But, the concept of All for One being a power that's passed down, um, I kind of wish it was like a whole assortment of powers. Like, I wish that each person who passed it down added a new power to the mix, and the person who, like, the most recent person just gets all of those powers. You know what I mean? I think that would have been a little bit cooler than just, he's really strong. Because I feel like him just being really strong is just kind of whatever. Matt said, what if Blue Evolution and Blue Master are side grades to each other? Well, that's what I'm saying. I wish they kind of just had used grade numbers for Super Saiyan Blue Evolution and Super Saiyan Blue Mastered rather than use the adjectives. Godzilla said, Nick, how do you get a fan base? Step 1, produce content. Step 2, share your content. Step 3, interact with those who you share your content with. And I think that those are the main things that you need in order to get a fan base. Ryan said D minus. I don't know what that was in reference to. Something got a D minus. Matt said, and not just a linear progression. What? Oh, I know why Ryan said D minus. He was like, they're side grades to each other. Excuse me, side grades to each other. Then Godzilla said, or how do you think? Then Matt said, by just spouting nonsense with loads of charisma. That can work. Ryan said, lots of people in charge of things do that. Then Godzilla said, you all like lasagna. Um, lasagna's okay. I know Matt's more of a chicken parmesan guy. Then Matt said, no. Then Godzilla said, okay. Then Kel said, Jet, have you heard of jump paint? Jump paint. I have not heard of jump paint. I'm about to Google jump paint. Oh, is it a software specifically for drawing manga? Because that makes sense, if that is what it is. However, I don't know if that is what it is, which is why I'm asking. Then Ryan said, lasagna is fine. Then Matt said, maybe it is. he did the like mocking SpongeBob meme. Ryan said, even if All for One was like Deku, wouldn't know how to make it work. Oh, sorry. Even if All for One was like that, Deku wouldn't know how to make it work. Well, you think if All for One was like that, Ryan, that each time it was passed down to the next person, like after years of having the power, would have stumbled upon the different powers they would have obtained. You know what I mean? Like they'd be aware, at the very least, of the different things that they have. Maybe Deku wouldn't know, but you think that if it did work like that All Might would know. Like he would have already experimented with his different abilities and figured that out. Matt said probably. Then John Mason said, hey, yo, John Mason, welcome to the stream. Is going to have you. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? And do you have any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on the stream? Matt said, Jet, please stop looking at an individual comment as something by itself and not as part of a train of thought. Well, it's hard to tell when you got, like, if you post a vague comment, it will be somewhat difficult for me to understand the context of the comment within the greater and somewhat scattered conversation. There are like 6 people talking. Nani said, Nick. Well, sorry, he said, check Nick the Great. I got you. Let me pull up your amino post. Godzilla said, Jet, please say this in a silly voice. I need entertainment. Ryan said, one for all. My bad. No problem. John Mason said, sorry for being late. Started my animation degree today. Oh, congratulations. He said, Nick, did you see my short film? It has 2 meanings. It's very surreal. Not many people got it, but those that do really liked it, so I'm glad. I have not yet seen your short film, John Mason. If you post it on the Amino, I'm sure that multiple people will be able to check it out. It's a good way to share it. Then Godzilla said, hey kids, want some candy? Then John Mason said, nice rap beat, by the way, Nick. Thank you. I'm glad that you liked me snapping and hitting a table for about a minute and 30 seconds or so. Matt said, Jet, just look forward a bit. Then Godzilla said, say that in a silly voice. Say what in a silly voice? That? Like, what do you mean? Matt said, if 2 comments are semi-related to each other, then read through all of the comments. But I am reading through all the comments. I don't know what you want from me. Let's see. Ryan said, All Might didn't know how Deku seeing those shadows of the predecessors, though. All Might didn't know how Deku seeing those shadows of the predecessors, though. Could you possibly rephrase that statement? I did not understand it. Also, thank you. Someone smashed the like button. I truly appreciate it. We currently have 6 viewers and 1 like. If you guys are enjoying the stream so far, feel free to smash that like button. I truly appreciate it. Let's see. Kel said, I don't think that transformations should be dictated by their body type. I was just saying that the transformations have distinct attributes. Well, just because Super Saiyan 2 looks one way doesn't mean that Super Saiyan Blue 2 has to look the same way, but blue. You know what I mean? Because that's not really how we've been judging the different forms so far. You know what I mean? I was pointing that out with how Super Saiyan God doesn't look like Super Saiyan. So Super Saiyan Blue 2 doesn't necessarily have to look like Super Saiyan 2. That's what I was getting across. Also, thank you guys for smashing that like button. We now have hit like a 50%, like, fuck, 2 to 1 like ratio, with 2 being viewers and 1 being likes. So for every 2 viewers, we got 1 like. That's pretty good. I'm digging it. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. Let's see. Where we at, though? Wah, wah. Where we at, though? John Mason said, it's on my channel, but I'll post it after the stream. Hey, thank you kindly for sharing. Bum 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 bum. How do you feel about starting your degree? Kel said, Super Saiyan 2's being longer and spikier hair than Super Saiyan, and the hair is also more vertical. Grade 2's being a large body type compares to Super Saiyan, and hair that is more spiky and wide. I understand that those forms have certain physical characteristics that they go by. I'm just saying that the God versions of those forms don't have to follow those same conventions. For example, Super Saiyan God isn't really like Super Saiyan. Um, you know what I mean? Like they don't; those two don't share characteristics. Like, does that make sense? I don't think they have to fall in line exactly the same way for them to still keep that naming convention, since clearly they're somewhat keeping the naming convention by calling the God forms Super Saiyan forms in the first place. Then Matt said, without breaks. I'm reacting to what you guys say. It's not just me reading through the chat, it's a conversation. Nani said, Nick, no! Don't worry, Nani. Hopefully, we'll be able to get to the amino. I have it pulled up. It's just stuff's happening. People are actively talking. John Mason said, for every new comment, Nick-san must reread all of the comments. That would take forever. Then John Mason said, it was me. Then Godzilla said, hey kids, want some candy? In a silly voice, or maybe an evil villain voice. And then he said, or Lich Thing voice. I don't know what a Lich Thing voice is. Is that like Lich King from Adventure Time? And if so, I don't know what his voice sounds like. Nani said, I will smash the like button if you see the art I posted. Don't worry, I will hit it up. I will jump on it. Let me catch up with this live chat. Matt said, that way we also don't have points where you will make a big argument and then read comments which are related to previous parts of the argument. It's a natural progression, man. I gotta react to the reading as I read it. John Mason said, I'm chicka sicka sicka slim shady. I don't even know how to correctly say that. I'm chicka sicka sicka slim shady. Like, is that how I'm supposed to say it? Godzilla said, smash the like button. Thank you kindly, Godzilla. Truly appreciate it. You smash that like button like Godzilla smashed Tokyo. Then Matt said, did someone say dislike button? Oh, wait, he didn't say button. I added button. Let's see. Ryan said, All Might didn't know how Deku seeing those shadows of the All For One predecessors worked, though. Sure, that's true. What does it even mean for Deku to see the shadows of the predecessors? I'm afraid that might be a spoiler. I'm not trying to get spoilers. Then Godzilla said, no. Then Ryan said, one for all. And then Godzilla said, no disliking. Then Matt said, I'll take that as a yes. Godzilla said, if you dislike the stream, we died. See, it's a past tense death. Then Godzilla said, wait. And then Matt said, we already died? Wow. And Godzilla said, that makes no sense. That is true. My calculations state you are correct. Godzilla said, if you dislike the stream dies. And he said, there we go. John Mason said, first day homework and was put in a group already for a future project. Besides that, I have a lot of free time to work on personal projects. Ooh, what personal projects are you working on, John Mason, if you're at liberty to share them? Ba-da-da-ba-ba-ba. Also, John Mason, I've been doing a lot of book publishing recently. I published Volume 8 of Superpower Battles today, and I'm currently working on Volume 9. Uh, Godzilla said, I needs to recorrect my idiot typing. No problem, no problem. It takes that practice. Then John Mason said, oh, Nick. Oh, wait, sorry. Wait, where are we at? Where are we at? John Mason said, oh, right. Do you play Pokemon Masters? So I literally learned about Pokemon Masters like yesterday. I do not play Pokemon Masters. I'm glad that they finally dropped a Pokemon game that, based on what I've seen, plays closer to a traditional Pokemon game for mobile. Um, I kind of wish it was more like Pokemon Go. I feel like the big thing that I don't really like about Pokemon Go is the battle system for Pokemon Go. I'm just not a big fan of it. I'm glad that they introduced PvP, but I kind of wish that PvP battles played more like traditional Pokemon battles. I think I would have actually enjoyed that a lot more. Oh. Let's see, where we at though? Then Matt corrected Godzilla's comment about correcting to saying recorrect. Then Godzilla said, thank you. I am idiot, but he spelled idioit. I do not believe that you are an idiot, Godzilla. Everybody makes mistakes. John Mason said, oh, Nick, can you do a review video on the film? I want to see if you can figure out the deeper story. A few questions. How long is the film? Um, and I guess that was my only question. How long is the film? Recently, I haven't been doing a lot of videos outside of the vlog itself. And that in large part is due to the fact that I'm just writing. I'm trying to do a superhero story like every day. So I'm trying to write a superhero story on a daily basis. This weekend, however, I was very occupied with hanging out with friends and messaging with friends. I just ended up not really writing any stories, which is why Volume 8 of Superpower Battles ended up coming out so late. I wanted to release it like last Friday, and I didn't end up releasing it until like today, which is kind of lame. So I'm hard on my grind writing stories. I don't know when I'm going to get back to doing more videos outside of vlogs. I'll occasionally do like a rap thing. I recently have been doing the cosplay videos where I edit pictures, but other than that, I haven't really been doing much. But I do want to get back into doing more videos when I can. Ryan said, Lich voice is spooky. Then Ryan said, died is correct tense. Kel said, but Blue Evolve's physique more closely resembles Grade 2 more than Super Saiyan 2. And if they wanted to be different, then they wouldn't have made it resemble Grade 2 if it wasn't supposed to be Super Saiyan Blue 2. I'm fine with them using grades as well as numbers, but I'm not okay with the adjectives. Like, I prefer them use grades and call it like Super Saiyan Blue Grade 1 or Super Saiyan Blue Grade 2 than to call it Super Saiyan Blue Evolution or Mastered Super Saiyan Blue. Okay, where we at though? Blah blah blah. John Mason said, oh, apparently, for the degree, I don't have to make a film. It can be anything from a film to a digital comic to a game, etc. Thinking to work on a visual novel based on the comic idea I have with the guy that transfers his mind to his kids. Ooh, that's cool. Have you tried RenPy? RenPy is a Python-based programming language specifically designed for making visual novels. It's the programming language that was used to create Doki Doki Literature Club, and based on the tutorials for RenPy that I looked at, it seemed fairly easy to use. Like, I feel like it wouldn't be very hard at all for you to jump into RenPy and start making those games. Matt said, it's, ooh, ooh, the live chat was like, Ute. Matt says, it's not natural if you see points of the argument that you already addressed coming up, even though they were made with regards to setting upon an argument beforehand or as counter rebuttals. Well, it's hard to argue whether or not those posts are counter rebuttals or not. Like, if it's not in your original first few points for the argument, I imagine they're things that you're coming up with as the conversation is going. Not saying that they're directly taken from things that I say, but more that you may not have thought of that initially. John Mason said, I'm working on being a vigilante. Ooh, how so? Matt said, that can get illegal real fast. Well, he didn't emphasize real, he emphasized fast for some reason. That can get illegal real fast. Uh, John Mason said, oh, cool. I'll check those out. Still wouldn't mind that tourney to get one of your books as a prize, though. Oh, snap. Yeah, I guess that was a thing for a while, the concept of like a tournament. How about this? I wouldn't mind doing something like that, like a tournament for you guys to get one of my superpower battles books for free. I would like to do like a fan art thing that was like a fan art contest, and whoever submits the fan art that I think is like the coolest, uh, I'll give you like a free superpower battles book. But I like it to be like a theme that we go by. Like it's fan art, but it all has to fit within like a certain thing. But the theme could be broad. It could be something like superheroes or like anime or cartoons, stuff like that. What are you guys' thoughts on that? The concept of us doing a tournament like that. Because I think that'd be pretty cool. Matt then corrected his previous comment to fast. Then Matt said Pokemon Masters is still far off from a traditional Pokemon battle system. I would say, though, that it seems closer, though, than Pokemon Go. Ryan said, be a menace, like Spider-Man. Be a menace like Spider-Man sounds like a line that comes out of J. Jonah Jameson's review of the PS4 game. John Mason said, same. If Pokemon Masters goes battles with better ID, beyond that still. Wait, okay, I think I understand what you said. Same. If Pokemon Go battles were better, I'd be on that still. Okay, I understand what you mean. Yeah. Similar vibe. Matt said, its gotcha system is also sort of greedy, which isn't the greatest thing in the world. Oh, Matt, do you play Pokemon Masters? Then John Mason said about 5 minutes long at most. Understandable. Hopefully I'll be able to start doing more video content again. Like other than just the vlogs and occasional raps and like the cosplay videos. It's just I haven't really had a lot of time. Let's see. Nani said, this mother F. Hopefully. Hopefully we'll be able to get on that amino. The chat just keeps rolling. Matt said, I do, however, like the premise of a Pokemon Gotcha, focusing on the characters, however, since even though it's called Pokemon, a lot of its charm comes from its trainers. Then Matt said, me? Nani? Then Godzilla said, protect the stream. Don't let the dislike button be pressed. Nani said, nah, Nick, you just keep talking. Lol. Then Matt said, press. Matt then says, yes, Jet talks way too much randomly. I don't think it's randomly. I'm just reacting to what's being said. Godzilla said, yes, he does. What? He said, I think he just wants to make the stream longer. What? I keep the streams at like a certain length, so I don't think it would be making them longer. Then John Mason said, Rinpai? Rinpai? That's I don't know what you mean. Matt said, but he doesn't, since all streams have to be an hour-ish long for the vlog. Then he said, Nick, just look at my art fast, then come back to the stream. Okay, I'm scrolling through. I can't really, talk about it too much if I just scroll through it really quickly, because you sent multiple images. Okay, here we go. So I'm at the last picture, and I'll send the last picture into the live chat. Hopefully the URL isn't too long. And don't worry, we will get a chance to talk about it. Let me keep going real quick, Nani, and I can look at it and like keep forming ideas about it as I go through the stream. John Mason said, lol, now seeing Matt said it can get illegal, it can, but only if I kill. I mean, there are other things that you could do that could make it illegal. For example, you could get charged for assault by taking on a criminal, depending on the circumstances of like how you're doing it. Um, similarly, you could be charged with holding someone against their will, not necessarily kidnapping, but something to that effect, for like citizens arrest, depending on what your citizens arrest laws are like in your area. There's a lot of stuff to look out for legally. In Alabama specifically, there's a no mask law, so just wearing a mask outside is enough for it to be like a criminal action. So I'd highly recommend looking at the laws for your areas and just seeing what are the gray areas, what are not the gray areas. Plenty of people who have done crime fighting stuff have gotten in trouble with the law for one reason or another. And then Matt said, or literally anything else, like romance. What? Then Godzilla said, or if you attack people randomly. That's true, that's true. Matt said, it should be a quiz where each audience member asks one question, and whoever has the most votes win. What? 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 How is it? Why is it votes? You threw me with quiz, but then you vote. John Mason said, yes, I will do this fan art contest. Sounds dope. What would be the theme for such a fan art contest? Nani said, Nick, I already won the art contest if it happens. Then John Mason said, Nani, sorry, but no. Then Kel said a contest would be cool, and I would like to participate. Then Nani said, no competition. Why is Nani coming up with this hard shade? Then John Mason said, heh, I see, Nano-san. I see. You're right. There will be no competition. It will be an annihilation on my part. People are going hard. John Mason said that moment Jet thinks he's streaming and making sense, but he's actually in a mental institute and he's saying Renpai, Renpai, and his doctors are watching him talk to himself, saying Renpai at a wall. Do 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 do. Jet insanity fan fiction. Okay, so I caught up to where I posted the link to Nani's drawing. So now, let me look at Nani's drawing and comment on it. So, let me see. Moving the phone over here. While I look at the art on this screen. So I like the concept of All Might being in the background. The art says, Dear Deku, I'm afraid this is the best I can do for you. Love, All Might. Huh. You know, when I saw Dear Deku, I kind of was expecting something different. Because the first thing I saw was, Dear Deku, I'm afraid. So I thought it was going to be like, Dear Deku, I'm afraid you're not strong enough for this battle. Or like something like that. Deku's legs are not too thick. At first I was misconstruing seeing the bottom sole of one of Deku's feet as one of his legs. And I was like, damn, what's up with those legs? But no, his legs are fine. His body seems well proportioned. I think everything's good with Deku proportionately. His hand that's in the foreground looks kind of big. But he is wearing gloves. I think gloves normally make characters' hands look kind of big. So that's totally fine. That's not weird. I do think a lot's going on in terms of like perspective and size that I feel like is interesting to look at and analyze. Deku, I really like the energy lines that you've drawn around him, of him using his powers. I think that's cool. I think Deku's face looks weird. I think I know why. It's because he has the red line stuff on his face from him activating his power, but it just looks like he's blushing. And then his smile is kind of like crooked and crazy looking. Like it's like a quivering smile. And the way that his hand is positioned, it just looks like Deku's like really excited to be like beating his meat. That's my current interpretation of this artwork. Moving on to All Might in the corner. I think All Might looks appropriate because he's not actually in the shot. It's just supposed to be kind of like a memory of All Might kind of thing, like a maybe like a flashback or something uh, that's playing through Deku's head during this moment. So this is fine. That's totally fine. The background. I think the background looks cool. I really like backgrounds that are abstract colors and swirls and stuff like that. So I'm down with that. Goku's aura. Fucking pimpin'. I really like how smooth and wavy it is. So I dig that. Okay, let's see. Goku's hands. I noticed they look big as fuck because they're in the foreground, which I get that. When hands are in the foreground, they're big as fuck, so that makes sense. Goku's muscles. Feel like you did a really good job on Goku's muscles. Feel like you're killing it on that. Goku's face. I like the lighting distribution from like his shoulder up to his neck, but then I think his face is too tan. It's like the light of the Kamehameha. It doesn't feel like it's brightening the scene evenly enough to, because I feel like his face might just be a little bit more lit than the way it's portrayed in the picture. The tattered clothes look good. I think they're totally fine as well. Um, Goku's hair is fine. There's nothing wrong with it. I think if it was like brighter and like it glue more, I also would fuck with it. Maybe more than I currently do. The lightning's cool. I noticed that in certain areas, the lightning seems to be doing this weird light beacon effect on his body. And I don't know how to feel about that. I don't know if I think that's cool or if I think that's like odd. And I like the Kamehameha. It looks like it's multiple pieces of energy focusing into each other. So yeah, all in all, pretty good artwork. I do think the Deku face is weird. Also, Goku looks like he's more battle ready. Like he's like, yeah, this is gonna be like my ultimate attack. And Deku looks like he's having fun, but he should be scared to death because he's about to die. John Mason said, also, I'm asking how to spell the program for the games for the light novel. Something Pi? Oh, Renpai. Renpai is spelled Renpy. I'll just type it into the live chat. Renpai. Let's see. John Mason said, oh, I won't need a mask, Nick. I'm so fast, they won't see my face. Interesting. What kind of crime do you think you're going to patrol for? And then John Mason said, for the competition, I guess. Then, ooh, it scrolled way too fast. Where the fuck are we at? Where are we at? Godzilla said, the best way to be a vigilante is maybe don't wear a costume. Have a phone, and that's it. You can patrol the streets and report criminal activity, like graffiti. Yeah, I used to do stuff like that back in the day. Ryan says, Spider-Man gets into trouble for being a menace. Speaking of Spider-Man, did you know that Spider-Man PS4 has the Spider-Man Legend of the Spider-Clan outfit? I got really hype at first, because that's one of my favorite Spider-Man costumes. But then I realized they did it in a cartoony style to try and match the comic. And I think he's the worst cartoony skin in the Spider-Man PS4 game. The other ones have a certain charm to them. I think he just actually looks bad in the PS4 game in that style. It actually is really creepy to see him interact with characters like Black Cat, where he's like, oh man, did I impregnate Black Cat? I don't know, but he's looking like a little cartoon boy. I'm like, stop, no, please no. Let's see. Matt said, but it's arguable that being in another person's body is akin to wearing a mask. Who is possessing people? Nani said, lol. Matt said, I was memeing about how I stole everyone's vote from a live chat. I am aware of where you're coming from. I do remember this reference. Matt said, because everyone just decided to hand what we did to the person who could answer questions. Yeah, it was like a trivia challenge thing. John Mason said, now he's saying, do at a wall. And they're showing him a happy drawing to make him calm down. Which is why he's seeing a drawing right after the Godzilla said, if you want to have fun, then wear a costume and make a superhero team of your friends and go in the woods and get a superhero base. Also did that. And then Godzilla said, but really, just have a phone. John Mason said, oh, sounds cool, Godzilla. And then Godzilla said, yeah. John Mason said, if I see someone beating an old person up, I'll go help, then beat them up. So my philosophy on that is, if you ever see someone in danger, it makes perfect sense to, like, jump in and get them out of harm's way, but a fight is avoidable. You don't actually have to fight someone unless they force you into a fight. Let's see. Then Godzilla said, wait, don't beat up the old person. I don't think that's what he meant. John Mason said, how about a horror theme, Nick? Like a fan art for Halloween. Oh, a Halloween fan art competition would be great. And we could have submissions be due by the day before Halloween. And then on Halloween proper, do a video where I announce the winner. However, I will require that if you're going to enter this contest, that you submit your fan art on Amino before Halloween, and that you're willing to give me your email address in a private message on Amino, so that I can email you the book if you win. So those would be the conditions for the contest. Let's see where we at. But I do think that's a cool idea, to do a Halloween-themed fan art contest, and the winner gets a free copy of one of the Superpower Battles books. That's a great idea. It's good thinking. Let's see. Godzilla said, probably also try to get the old women out of there and call the cops on the guy. Then Nani put a emoji. John Mason said, well, I was gonna help the people beat the old people up. Oh, what? And then Godzilla said, why though? And then John Mason said, but that too, because the old person is actually an evil person. John Mason said, and we misunderstood the situation thinking they were innocent. I can't tell if this is a hypothetical or a true story. Godzilla said, then call the cops on both of them. And then John Mason said, oh, right. Then Matt said, Jet, read the chat. And then Godzilla said, the cops are your superpower. That is true. John Mason said, I thought my superpower was friendship. And then Godzilla said, you can have many superpowers. Godzilla said, the cops and friendship. John Mason said, thanks. And he said, glad you like it. If you want to be a vigilante, join blackrlsh. Oh, we're running out of time. I may not be able to get to everybody's messages. Kel said, there's a really random question, but was Caesar Roman? I believe so. I could be wrong. Caesar might have been Greek. When you said Caesar Roman, it made me think of Cesar Romero, who played the Joker in the 60s series. Oh, shit. It's 9 p.m. I'm sorry, guys, but I gotta end the stream. Thank you all for watching. If you guys like this video, make sure to smash that like button, favorite, comment, subscribe, and ding, ding, ding. Ring that notification bell to be notified whenever we do these live streams. Here's your host, your friend, your boy, Jetblack the one and only. Log it out. Peace out. Check it out.